I'm going to teach you guys my approach to drawing characters in comics. You have to get into character. You have to be able to put your mind into it, understand who you're drawing and what would that character do. When I approach a character, I like to shoot for the human core first. The reason why I shoot for the human core is because that's the center mass of the object. That's the center mass of the character that you're drawing. It makes it a lot easier to lay out your characters, and you're going to be flying through your pages. This will help you establish the character in 3D space and where he's going to live on this exact page. So the center mass for me is just basically the round shape. Now this is the chest, the upper part. So the center mass here. The next thing I'm going to worry about is like the pelvic area. So now I'm going to establish where I want the pelvic area. Now I have these two basic shapes. Then once I have these two, all I'm going to do is basically connect them. Now once they're connected, now I know these three parts here is my center mass. So you're going to have the chest area, the pelvic area, and then the abs. So I'm going to break it down, and then I'll show you, I'll play around with it later, and I'll show you how you can take that and change it into any character you want to. Now from the center mass right here, the next thing I like to do is establish the center line going straight down the human body. This is where I'm going to come in, and I'm going to start to create these cross sections now. Now this line here represent the connecting lines between your shoulders. From here, I'm going to go a little bit lower. Now I'm going to establish the rib cage. Now this is basically the lower half of the rib cage. After I establish the rib cage, I'm going to quickly try to establish the belt line. From that, now I have a better sense of where things are going to fall. So I'm literally building a roadmap as I'm drawing. And from here, I'm going to create these socket areas for the arms. I'm also going to establish the neck area. This is the socket for the neck. As you're connecting, another thing I like to do is try to establish the hips, because the human bone has, it has like this type of shape to it, something similar to this, okay? So I'm going to try to establish this in here. So I'm going to try to pull these areas out and then quickly lay out where I think the underwear line is. Now, I have a better sense of where this character is going to live and what am I building. Now, this is the human core. This is the core right here, okay? Now, this core, you can take that with you anywhere, any character, male, female, anything you're doing. And then understanding your anatomy and understanding your primitives and all your gestural lines, and you put it all together, that will help you establish the character that you're about to draw on page.